Japan. Just hearing the word brings up these incredible images, doesn't it? The buzz of Tokyo, serene Kyoto gardens, Mount Fuji.
Cherry blossoms.
Exactly. And that mix of ancient tradition and like futuristic tech, it's definitely a dream trip for a lot of Americans.
It really is. It's beautiful, fascinating.
Yeah.
But the culture, well, it has its own way of doing things, which can be a bit different from what we're used to in the States.
And that's exactly what we're diving into today. This one's for you, our fellow learners, thinking about Japan, but wanting to feel, prepared, not overwhelmed.
Right.
We've got this great guide written specifically for Americans,
Mm-hmm.
and we're pulling out all the essential stuff. The goal, make that potential trip smooth, enriching, and unforgettable. Think of it as a cheat sheet.
That's a good way to put it. The guide really nails those cultural and practical differences. So today we'll cover the planning essentials before you go.
Right.
Then navigating life in Japan, transport, money, etiquette, which is a big one, food, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
And staying connected and safe, too.
Okay, so by the end of this, listeners should have solid, actionable advice. Feel equipped for an amazing adventure. Let's start at the beginning. Planning the trip from the U.S.
Makes sense. First hurdle, entry requirements. The good news for U.S. tourists planning, say, a typical vacation up to 90 days for tourism is that you generally don't need a visa.
Okay, that's a relief. But I sense a but coming.
Always a but. Regulations can change. It's happened before. So key insight. The source really stresses this. You must check the latest rules directly with the official embassy of Japan in the U.S. or consulate.
Before booking anything.
Well before, yeah. Just to be absolutely sure. It avoids potential major hassles later.
Smart. Okay, fast forwards. What's the specific advice for Japan?
Standard stuff mostly. It has to be valid for your whole stay, but the strong recommendation, have at least 6-month validity beyond your planned departure date.
Just in case.
Exactly. Unforeseen delays, maybe you change plans. It's just good practice for any international travel, really. Gives you that buffer.
Better safe than sorry. And copies. Should we make copies?
Definitely wise. Make physical photocopies and secure digital copies of that main photo page. Keep them separate from your actual passport.
Right, if the worst happens.
Having those copies makes getting your replacement much, much easier.
Okay, makes sense. So, documents sorted. What's the arrival like? Landing in Tokyo or Osaka, probably?
Probably Narita or Haneda for Tokyo, or Kansai near Osaka. Yeah. Expect the usual immigration process. You'll likely fill out arrival and customs cards, maybe on the plane.
Okay.
Then at immigration, they'll take your photo, scan your fingerprints electronically. It's usually pretty efficient, but having your passport and documents ready to go helps speed things up.
Got it. Okay, next big question. When to go? Sounds like Japan has really distinct seasons.
It really does. It's a year-round place, but yeah, your experience changes a lot with the season, and so do the crowds. The guide points to spring, late March, April for cherry blossoms,
A classic.
and autumn, October, November for the fall colors. Visually stunning, absolutely, but that's peak season, meaning more people, higher prices for flights, hotels, really crowded, famous spots. If you want to go then, you need to book way in advance, like 6 months or more. Seriously.
6 months? Wow.
Yeah.
What about avoiding the absolute peak crowds?
Look at the shoulder seasons, late spring, like May, but after Golden Week, that's a big holiday week in Japan, or early fall, September maybe. Generally good weather, fewer people. Just a heads up, September can have a higher risk of typhoons.
Okay, and off-season.
Summer, June to August gets pretty hot and humid. Rainy season often hits in June or July, and peak typhoon season is more like August, September. Winter, December to February can be great. Clear, crisp days, fewer tourists, and amazing skiing up in Hokkaido or the Japanese Alps.
So something for everyone, really. Depends what you want. Okay, booking the trip, flights from the U.S., long haul, obviously.
Yeah, expect 10 to 14 hours typically. Again, book several months ahead if you can, especially for peak times or better fares. Tokyo Narita, NRT, or Haneda, HND, and Osaka, KIX, are your main gateways.
And jet lag prep.
Definitely think about it. Gradually shift your sleep schedule if you can, stay super hydrated on the flight, and try to sync up with local time as soon as you land. For accommodation, loads of choice. Western hotels, though, rooms can be smaller than U.S. standards.
Good to know.
Traditional Japanese inns, the ryokans, budget hostels, Airbnb-style rentals, too.
Tell me more about the ryokans. They sound really special.
They are tatami mats, futon beds, often these incredible multi-course meals. It's a real cultural dive. But again, super popular, book well ahead. Generally, booking accommodation early is smart for anywhere in Japan, especially outside big cities or during busy times. The source really highlights that structured planning, booking early, especially spring-fall, is key. Maybe a bit different from how some Americans plan trips more spontaneously.
That's a valuable heads up. Okay. Flights, places to stay,
Yeah.
booked. What other crucial pre-trip things?
Travel insurance, non-negotiable, really. Your U.S. health insurance probably won't cover you much, if at all, overseas.
Oh.
So get comprehensive travel insurance. Make sure it covers medical emergencies, including evacuation, trip cancellation, lost luggage, delays, all that stuff. Peace of mind. Priceless.
Totally agree. Health stuff, vaccinations.
Good idea to see your doctor maybe 4-6 weeks before you go. Check routine shots are up to date. Ask about any specific Japan recommendations. It's generally low risk, but always best to check. Pack a small first aid kit, too, with meds,
Okay.
But UT, and this is super important, Japan is very strict about certain medications. Stimulants, like some ADHD meds, and pseudoephedrine found in lots of cold meds are major ones to watch out for.
Really? So you can't just bring your usual suit of...
You absolutely need to check seriously. Look at the Ministry of Health, Labor and Welfare website, or ask the Japanese embassy or consulate about any prescription or even restricted over-the-counter meds you plan to take. Don't risk it.
Wow, okay. Huge tip. What about packing specifics? Electronics.
Yep, electrical differences. Japan uses mostly Type A outlets, 2 flat pins like older US plugs. Sometimes Type B, the grounded one. Voltage is 100 V, frequency is split. 50 hertz in the east, Tokyo, 60 hertz in the west, Kyoto, Osaka. US is 120 V, 60 hertz.
So, what does that mean practically?
Key takeaway, check your chargers, laptops, phones, cameras. Most modern ones are dual voltage, saying something like in PUT, 100 and 240 V, 50, 60 hertz. If so, you just need a plug adapter, especially if your plug has 3 prongs or you only find Type A socket.
And if it's not dual voltage, like an old hairdryer?
Then you'd need a voltage converter. They're heavy, bulky, sometimes unreliable. The guide suggests just leaving those things at home. Use the hotel's dryer or buy a cheap travel one there, much easier and safer for your device.
Good point. Anything else packing-wise?
Comfortable shoes. Non-negotiable. You will walk a lot. And culturally, remember, you'll be taking shoes off constantly, entering homes, temples, ryokans, some restaurants.
Ah, right.
So shoes that slip on and off easily, super practical. And packed nice socks. Clean ones, no holes. People will see them. It's a small thing, but shows respect.
Good tip.
And finally, think about luggage forwarding Takibim. Services like Yamato Transport look for the Black Cat logo can ship your big suitcase overnight between hotels or from the airport.
Really?
That sounds amazing. It's incredibly convenient, avoids rustling bags onto crowded trains, especially the Shinkansen where luggage space is limited. So if you're moving around a lot, maybe pack lighter day-to-day stuff, layer your clothing, and send the main bag ahead. Game changer.
Okay, feeling good about the prep phase. Now, getting around in Japan, trains seem like the main event.
Absolutely. Japan's public transport is world-class. Efficient, punctual, goes everywhere. Understanding the rail system is key. And the big question for tourists is often JR Pass or IC cards, or both.
Right, the JR Pass. Heard a lot about it. What's the deal and who's it really for?
The Japan Rail Pass gives you unlimited travel on most Japan railways, JR trains, for 7, 14, or 21 consecutive days. That includes most Shinkansen bullet trains, local JR lines, some JR buses, even the JR ferry to Miyajima Island. It's designed specifically for foreign tourists on a temporary visitor visa. You used to have to buy an exchange order outside Japan, but now you can buy it inside Japan sometimes, though it usually costs more. Either way, you exchange that order for the actual pass at a JR office in Japan. Show your passport, tell them your start date.
Sounds like it can save a lot of money sometimes.
Exactly. Sometimes. It really pays off if your plan involves multiple long-distance Shinkansen trips within that 7, 14, or 21 days. Think Tokyo to Kyoto and back, plus maybe a trip to Hiroshima or somewhere else far.
So you need to do the math.
You really do. Add up the cost of individual tickets for your planned big train journeys, use websites like Japan Guide or Navitime, and compare that total to the JR Pass price. It's not always cheaper, depends entirely on your itinerary.
Gotcha. Are there any catches, any trains it doesn't cover?
Yes, a really important one. The standard nationwide JR Pass is not valid on the very fastest Shinkansen trains. These are the Nozomis on the main Tokyo, Kyoto, Osaka, Hiroshima route.
Ah, the ones you'd probably want to take.
And Mizuho trains further west. With the standard pass, you have to take the slightly slower Hikari or Sakura trains on those lines. More stops, takes longer.
Yeah.
Now, they recently added an option. JR Pass holders can buy an extra ticket to ride the Nozomi or Mizuho, but it costs more per trip, which kind of defeats the all-inclusive idea for some people. Not knowing this can cause confusion, or you might hop on the wrong train by mistake.
Right. So JR Pass for long distances, if it makes sense financially.
Mhm.
What about just getting around cities day to day? That's the IC cards, yeah.
Exactly. IC cards are your everyday heroes in the cities. They're rechargeable prepaid cards. You'll hear names like Suica in Tokyo, Pasmo, also in Tokyo for non-JR lines, Ikoka in Osaka, Kyoto.
Yeah.
There are others too.
And they work everywhere.
Pretty much. Tap on, tap off. Subways, trains, buses in all the major cities across the country. So convenient. No fumbling for change, no figuring out fares for short trips. They don't give discounts, but the ease of use is massive. Plus, you can use them at convenience stores, vending machines, station lockers, some shops. And the main regional cards mostly work nationwide now, which is great.
Sounds essential. How do you get one?
Easy. Buy a physical card when you arrive airport, major train stations. Pay a small refundable deposit plus whatever you want to load initially. Or, increasingly, if you have a compatible phone, like an iPhone,
Yeah.
you can add a digital IC card right to your phone's wallet. Top it up directly on your phone. Super handy.
Cool. So the best strategy might be both.
Often, yes. Use the JR Pass for those big, expensive inner-city trips, if the math works out.
Yep.
And use an IC card, physical or digital, for all the everyday city travel and small payments. Japan's system is amazing, but yeah, it's complex. Different companies, pass rules. A bit more research up front really helps avoid extra costs or frustration.
Definitely. So within the cities, subways and local trains are king.
They're the backbone, especially in huge places like Tokyo. It looks like a crazy network at first, multiple companies.
Yeah, that map.
But station signs usually have English. Still, navigation apps are your best friend. Google Maps, Navatime, Jordan, they give you routes, transfers, platform numbers, times, exact fares. Invaluable.
And just tap the IC card.
Yep, tap in, tap out. Easy. Oh, and train etiquette, keep conversations low, no phone calls. Texting's fine. Phone on silent. Offer seats to elderly, pregnant women, people with disabilities. Basic courtesy.
What about buses? Useful.
They are, yeah, they fill the gaps. Especially in Kyoto, getting to some temples that aren't right on a train line. IC cards usually work on city buses, too.
Payment's easy then.
Mostly. Sometimes you tap on entry, sometimes exit, sometimes it's exact cash. Usually change machines are there, but maybe not for big bills. Bus routes might have less English than trains, so again, those apps help.
And taxis, if you need one.
Available spotless, drivers often wear gloves. That back left door opens automatically, don't touch it.
Huh, okay. But expensive.
Significantly more than public transport, yeah. Especially longer rides or in traffic. Ride sharing isn't as big as traditional taxis. Many drivers don't speak much English, so have your destination address in Japanese or clearly on a map on your phone. Pointing works.
Payment.
Cards and IC cards getting more common in cities, but ask first, especially outside big hubs. Cash is always safe.
So apps help, but knowing the basics of how it all fits together is crucial.
Totally. Technology makes it easier, but doesn't replace understanding the JR Pass rules, how IC cards work, etc.
What about renting a car? Or flying domestically?
For most tourists sticking to cities and main routes, renting a car is usually unnecessary. Often a bad idea, actually.
Yeah.
Public transport is just too good. Cars mean dealing with complex roads, finding expensive parking, tolls, plus driving on the left.
Right. Big adjustment.
Yeah. Now, if you're going way off the beaten path, rural Hokkaido, Okinawa, maybe where trains are sparse, then maybe rent. But you must get an international driving permit, IDP, from AAA in the U.S. before you go. Your U.S. license alone is not enough.
Okay. IDP needed. And flying within Japan.
For really long distances, like Honshu to Hokkaido or Okinawa, yeah, flying can save a lot of time compared to the Shinkansen. Several domestic airlines, including budget ones. Fares can be decent if you book ahead or find tourist air passes. Airports are well linked to cities by train or bus.
Okay, great overview of transport. Let's shift to money. Japan expensive. Myth or reality?
It can be expensive, yeah, but you can definitely manage on a moderate budget. One key thing, though, cash is still surprisingly important.
Really, even with all the tech?
Yep. Card use is growing, especially in tourist spots, but cash, Japanese yen, JPY, is often preferred or the only option sometimes. Think smaller local restaurants, food stalls, little shops, temple entry fees, some taxis, maybe local buses if you don't have an IC card. Americans used to paying for everything with plastic need to adjust and carry some yen.
Okay, so where do we get yen? Best strategy.
Good idea to get a small amount before you leave the U.S. Just for arrival, train ticket, drink, snack, rates might not be the best, but it's convenient once you're there. Best bet. ATMs inside Japan post offices and inside 7-Eleven convenience stores.
7-Eleven.
Seriously, they're everywhere, have English options, and usually work with foreign cards, Sears Plus networks. ATMs at many regular Japanese banks won't accept foreign cards.
Good to know. Fees, limits.
Yeah, be aware of withdrawal limits per transaction per day set by both the ATM and your home bank. And fees, expect a foreign transaction fee from your bank, maybe an out-of-network ATM fee, plus sometimes a small fee from the Japanese ATM itself.
And that crucial tip.
Tell your bank and credit card companies your travel dates before you leave. Avoids them blocking your cards thinking it's fraud.
Right. Essential. What about actually using credit cards?
Getting much more common, especially where tourists go. Major cards, Visa, MasterCard are best. Amex, Discover Less So generally work at hotels, department stores, bigger chain restaurants, JR ticket offices, electronic stores.
So a mix is best.
Definitely. Carry enough cash for small stuff, cash-only places. Use credit cards for bigger things, hotels, major shopping, nicer meals. Ideally, use a card with no foreign transaction fees to save that extra 3% or so.
Okay. And the DCC thing, paying in dollars.
Dynamic currency conversion. If the machine asks if you want to pay in USD or JPY, always choose JPY. Always. The exchange rate they give you for USD is almost always worse than your card's rate. It costs you more.
Got it. Pay in yen. Now tipping. Big difference in the U.S., right?
Huge difference. It's a firm no tipping culture, not expected, not customary. For any service, restaurants, bars, taxis, hotels, guides.
But what if the service is amazing?
Excellent service is just the standard. It's included in the price. Trying to tip can cause confusion, maybe even slight awkwardness. They might think you're implying something was wrong or they need charity. They might politely refuse it.
So how do you show appreciation?
A simple, sincere arigato gozaimasu, thank you very much. Maybe a slight bow or nod. That's it. It reflects cultural values, pride in the job, fairness. The price covers everything. Big adjustment from the U.S. Got to consciously switch that habit off.
Definitely need to remember that. So pulling it all together, budgeting tips for Americans.
Like we said, it can be pricey, but you can manage. Biggest costs are usually accommodation and long-distance trains if you don't use a JR Pass well. To save money, embrace the konbini.
The convenience stores again.
Yes.
Yeah.
7-Eleven, Family Mart, Lawson, amazing quality, affordable meals, snacks, drinks, perfect for cheap breakfast or lunch. Also look for budget places, ramen shops, curry houses, donburi, rice bowl spots, conveyor belt sushi, kaiten sushi.
Okay.
Try Tishoku set menus. Often at lunch, you get a main dish, rice, miso soup, pickles, balanced meal, good price. Use your IC card for transport, avoid taxis, and look for tax-free shopping signs if you're buying souvenirs or electronics over 5,000 yen. Share your passport, get 10% tax back.
Nice. We put together a quick guide too, right? Cash versus card.
Yeah, summarizing where you'll likely need cash versus card. Hotels, department stores, mostly card. Small local restaurants, temple fees, mostly cash. Konbini Karbaki card, easy. Taxis, cash preferred. Cards sometimes okay in cities. JR tickets card, fine. It's a guideline, always good to have backup cash. Things are changing, but cash is still needed.
Super helpful. Okay, let's shift to culture and etiquette. This seems key to having good interactions.
Absolutely. Politeness, thinking of others, harmony, it's all really important in Japan. They know foreigners won't get everything right, but making an effort is really appreciated. Start with greetings.
Like,
Ohayo gozaimasu, good morning. Konnichiwa, hello, good afternoon. Konbanwa, good evening. Arigato gozaimasu, thank you very much. And sumimasen, super useful, means, gets attention, even a light thanks.
and bowing. How much should tourists do?
It's everywhere, but don't stress about mastering it. If someone bows to you, a simple nod or slight head-shoulder inclination is polite. Overdoing it looks awkward. Handshakes, not common day-to-day, maybe in business, wait for them to offer.
Okay. What about just being out and about? Public spaces.
Main thing is minimizing disruption. On trains, subways quiet, no loud talk, definitely no phone calls. Phone on silent manner mode. Eating, drinking on long Shinkansen trips is fine, bento boxes, but generally not on packed commuter trains.
Sidewalks. Escalators.
Keep to one side so people can pass. Usually left in Tokyo East, right in Osaka West. Just watch what others do. Same on escalators. Stand on one side, left Tokyo, right Osaka. Leave the other side for walking. Eating while walking, generally considered bad manners. Queue patiently for everything.
Right.
In trash cans.
Hard to find.
Can be, outside stations or konbini. Be prepared to carry your trash until you find one. Don't litter. Ever.
Got it. And onsen. Hot springs sounds amazing, but Tricky etiquette.
Quintessential experience. But yes, strict rules. Rule #1. Wash thoroughly before entering the communal bath. Use the little stools, showers in the washing area. Soap up, rinse completely.
Swimsuit.
Nope. Completely nude in traditional onsen sento. No swimsuits allowed. You get a small towel for modesty walking around and for washing, but do not put it in the bathwater. Put it on your head or beside the bath. Keep noise down.
And the tattoo issue.
Important point. Historically, tattoos linked to Yakuza, so many onsen ban them. Things are slowly changing. Some are tattoo-friendly or offer private baths, but you must check their policy beforehand if you have tattoos. Covering small ones with waterproof patches might work sometimes, but don't count on it. Check first.
Really crucial heads up.
Nope.
Okay, dining etiquette, chopsticks, rules.
Several key ones. Never stick them upright in rice. That's for funerals. Don't pass food chopstick to chopstick, also a funeral thing. Don't spear food, point with them, or hover over dishes trying to decide. Mayabashi.
Where do you put them down?
On the little chopstick rest, hashioki if there is one. If not, lay them across the top of your bowl. And it's fine to lift small bowls like rice or miso soup closer to your mouth.
Any phrases for meals?
Yes. Before eating, say, itadakimasu, itadakimasu expresses gratitude. After eating, gochiso sama deshita, gochiso sama deshita, thanks to the host or restaurant staff.
Slurping noodles. Okay or rude?
Perfectly okay. Common for ramen, soba, udon. Shows enjoyment, cools the noodles, totally fine. Soup in small bowls like miso. Drink right from the bowl, usually no spoon.
Paying the bill.
Usually brought to the table, maybe face down. Or you take a slip to a central cashier. Don't leave cash on the table and wait. And again, no tipping.
Got it. Temples and shrines. How to be respectful.
Remember, they're active places of worship. Dress modestly casual is okay, but maybe avoid super short shorts or tank tops, especially inside main halls. Be quiet, calm.
Shoes off again.
Often, yes, before entering buildings, especially tatami areas. Look for shoe racks or plastic bags to carry them. Walk in socks bare feet. Never step on thresholds or tatami with outdoor shoes.
What about that water basin thing at shrines? Temizuya.
Optional for visitors, but shows respect. There's a ritual. Ladle water. Pour over left hand, then right. Pour water into cupped left hand. Rinse mouth quietly, don't swallow. Spit beside the basin, not in it. Tip ladle to rinse handle. Return it.
Photography.
Watch for no photo signs, often inside halls or near sacred objects. Don't be intrusive taking pictures of people praying.
Offerings. Prayers.
Optional. Offering boxes, seisenbako, are common. Tossing a coin, 5 yen is lucky, is typical. Shrine prayer. Toss coin, 2 deep bows, 2 claps, silent prayer, 1 final bow. Temple prayer. Usually just hands clasped quietly, no clapping.
It seems like a lot of rules.
They all stem from cultural values. Harmony, respect, cleanliness, reverence. They make things pleasant for everyone. But honestly, Japanese people are generally very understanding if foreigners make mistakes. A polite attitude, trying to observe, saying sumimasen if you mess up, that counts for a lot. Effort over perfection.
That's reassuring. Okay, let's talk food. Beyond sushi, what should we try?
Oh, the food is incredible. So much more than sushi, ramen, tempura. Be adventurous. Look for regional specialties, Mibutsu. Things like yakitori, grilled chicken skewers, okonomiyaki, savory pancakes, different in Osaka versus Hiroshima, hot pots like shabu-shabu or sukiyaki,
Yeah.
udon, soba noodles, hot or cold, Japanese curry, curry rice, it's unique, tonkatsu, fried pork cutlet. The list goes on. And the places to eat are varied too. Deppachika department store, basement food halls, amazing gourmet stuff, free samples sometimes. Konbini, seriously, don't knock them till you try them. Great onigiri, bento boxes, snacks, cheap and good.
Okay.
And you have casual spots. Ramen shops, standing soba places, tachigui, neighborhood cafeterias, shokugawas, old school coffee shops, kisaten, izakayas, Japanese pubs, great for drinks and lots of small dishes.
And high-end.
Sure, amazing sushi, tempura places, kaiseki ryori, that multi-course artistic meal, very special occasion stuff, even themed cafes for fun.
Sounds amazing. How do you actually order, especially with a language barrier?
Tourist areas often have picture menus or some English. Look for those plastic food models outside. Shokuyen sampuru, super realistic. Just point.
Oh, okay.
Some casual places, ramen, curry, have vending machines at the entrance. Put in cash or IC card, press the button for your dish, get tickets, give tickets to staff after you sit down. Very efficient.
Set menus, Tishoku.
Great value, often at lunch.
Yeah.
Main dish, rice, miso, side dishes, balanced, economical. Drinks, water, omizu or tea, ocha, usually free, often self-serve. For alcohol, Draft beer, nama biru, bottled beer, binbiru, sake, nihonshu sake, hot atsukan, or cold reishu, shochu. Legal drinking age is 20.
That vending machine ordering set menus sounds very streamlined.
It is. Reflects that Japanese focus on efficiency, different from lingering over menus and table service in the U.S. sometimes.
What if you have dietary needs? Vegetarian.
Allergies.
Strict vegetarian or vegan can be tricky.
Yeah.
Dashi fish broth is in so many things, even things that look veggie.
So what do? Communicate clearly. Research veggie-vegan restaurants beforehand. Happy Cow app website is good. Learn phrases or have them written down. Watashi wa vegetarian desu. I'm vegetarian. Niku sakana dashi nuki de onagai shimasu. Without meat fish dashi, please.
Buddhist cuisine. Shojin yori.
You might find it near temples, but even that might use dashi sometimes. Always clarify. Allergies. Be super diligent. Carry a card clearly explaining your allergy in Japanese, including severity. Restaurants are generally careful, but cross-contamination awareness might not be the same as in the U.S.
Tiki eaters. Any safe bets?
Oh yeah, plenty of options. Plain rice, simple grilled chicken fish, shiaki is just salt, tempura, veg shrimp, simple udon noodles, egg dishes, and Western food pasta. Pizza is around in cities. But definitely encourage trying new things. The food is such a highlight, just requires a bit of planning if you have restrictions.
Okay, final stretch. Staying connected, safe, healthy. Connectivity first. Wi-Fi.
Free public Wi-Fi isn't as common or reliable as you might expect. You'll find it at airports, big stations, some cafes, konbini. But it's not great for being constantly connected on the go.
So what are the options?
Pocket Wi-Fi rental is super popular. Little mobile hotspot connects multiple devices. Rent online, pick up at airport or hotel, return easily. Convenient, good coverage, but another thing to carry and charge.
Or
Travel SIM card or eSIM for your phone needs an unlocked phone. Tourist SIMs are often data only. No Japanese phone number for calls, but WhatsApp, etc. works. Buy online or at airport electronics stores. eSIM is digital. Activate with a QR code. No physical swap needed.
pros and cons.
Pocket Wi-Fi, good for groups multiple devices. SIM simpler, integrated, but mainly for one phone. Tethering drains battery. Key point. Unlike easy mobile data in the US, you need to actively choose a solution in Japan, pocket Wi-Fi or SIM. Plan ahead for this, especially if you rely on apps for navigation.
Makes sense. Basic phrases worth learning a few.
Definitely. Shows respect, helps interactions. We mentioned greetings. Arigato gozaimasu. Thank you. Sumimasen. Excuse me. Ai desu no. Onegai shimasu. Please, when requesting.
Asking directions.
Yeah.
Price.
X wa doko desu ka? Where is X? Ware wa doko desu ka? Where is the toilet? Kore wa ikura desu ka? How much is this? Wa arimasen? I don't understand. Aigo honasimasu ka? Do you speak English?
Food and drink.
Tuaro tiarai, toilet. Omisu, water. Biru, beer. Nihonshu sake. Okeke wanagai shimasu. Check, please. And oishi, delicious. Even numbers 110, ichi, ni, san, shi, go, roku, shichi, hachi, kuju are useful.
Okay. Health stuff. Getting sick.
Healthcare is excellent, but access needs awareness. Pharmacies, Kwasuria, sell over-the-counter stuff. But some US OTC meds need prescriptions there, or brands differ. Bring basics you like. If you need something, translation app or written symptoms, help the pharmacist. And remember the strict import rules for certain meds.
Doctor.
Minor things. Try a local clinic. Kuriniku. Serious emergency. Hospital. Bioing. Hotel concierge can usually help find English-speaking options or check embassy insurance resources. Have your insurance info handy. Usually pay up front, cash at clinics, maybe card at hospitals, and claim reimbursement later. Keep all paperwork.
Emergency numbers.
1 at SAF for ambulance fire. 1 in 10 for police. They're trying to improve language support in cities, but no guarantee of English. If you can, say the issue simply, Goji fire, Keige injury, Byoki sickness, or get a Japanese speaker hotel staff to call.
And finally, safety. Emergency contacts.
Japan is incredibly safe. Really low crime. Standard precautions are fine. Lost items, often turned in. Check lost and found Ishitsubutsu Center at stations or police boxes, Koban.
Natural disasters. Earthquakes.
It is seismically active. Earthquakes happen, typhoons too, Mayokt. Major destructive ones are rare, minor tremors more common. Buildings are built to withstand them. Know your hotel's emergency procedures. Follow local advice if warnings occur. Know where yours is. U.S. Embassy in Tokyo, consulates elsewhere. Register with the Smart Traveler Enrollment Program, Step P, before you go. Helps them contact you in emergencies. Keep their details handy, especially if you lose your passport. Japan's safety is amazing, lets you relax, but being prepared for nature or needing help in Japanese is just smart travel.
Wow. Okay, that was an incredibly thorough deep dive. We've covered so much from planning way back in the US right through to being there.
We really have. And it just shows Japan is this amazing place, but yeah, a bit of thoughtful prep makes the experience so much smoother and richer. Remember the key things: plan, manage money, cash and cards, get the hang of transport, JR Pass IC cards, embrace the etiquette, explore the food, stay connected and safe.
And all those details, the trains, the bowing, taking shoes off, chopsticks, onsen rules, they might seem like a lot at first, but that's all part of the experience, isn't it? Part of what makes Japan so fascinating.
Exactly. Go with curiosity, patience, and open mind. Trying to understand and respect the culture, that pays off hugely in your interactions and just your overall appreciation.
So with this planning, using these tips, it sounds like listeners are set for an amazing, unforgettable trip. Embrace it. Enjoy every moment. Like you said, ite have a great trip. Which actually makes me wonder, for anyone listening, what single part of Japanese culture or travel are you most curious to experience firsthand?